my partner for a while when we first broke up back in April of 2025, and then we broke up again in April 26th. This is what I've learned, what I have experienced, and what I have really thought about and reflected. And so we're going to talk about what happens when you cheat, especially when someone decides to stay. Like in my example, the first time my ex decided to stay. So, if you're wanting to rebuild that relationship after that betrayal, I feel like this is, and if you're going through the same thing, this is something that you should probably want to hear this too. So, if it escalates to like physical and like kissing, like that, gotta go. Like, no. But I also believe that there's other forms of cheating, which is texting, flirting, or equally concerning, like texting, flirting, that we'll discuss further in this video. It might seem like the hardest part is finding out the day of, but that's not the case. Like, yes, that is really hard finding, but the case is the next morning, the next week, the next months. Like, it's beyond that day. From that day on, the person that got betrayed is fighting like this battle that no one else can see, because every notification becomes a trigger. Every late reply becomes like a question, and every change in your routine like becomes a reminder of the past. And it feels like deja vu or repeating patterns, or it can be overwhelming, and their minds isn't punishing their partner or like punishing me. It's just they're trying to protect their hearts from being broken again. Look, trust takes years to build. I'm trying to build that right now, and it's hard because there's a lot more to this. There's a lot of things, but this is what I have reflected and formed up to be in a video, and really to understand how I feel, and really understand that I actually took the time and reflected and really thought about this, and really thought about like the partner being selfless, and looking in their shoes, because I can't see what's going on. I can only imagine. This is my imagining. So trust takes years to build. It's like one of the fewest things that takes years and years to build, but it takes seconds to break, ruin, start from scratch, all the way to the ground after like years of building it, or however long you build it. And so like your brain, like I feel like your brain gets like filled with evidence everywhere. You start looking for another ways of betrayal because you know what it's like, and you don't want to like feel betrayed again, and because your heart can't feel safe. And so now let's go to the one who cheated. It's not about apology. Apology is going to mean nothing. I experience this. The apology 1,000 roses won't get her back. You know, like the apology means nothing. Your responsibility, and it's my responsibility, like your responsibility is to be the safest person that she is around. Like that means the utmost honesty, transparency, consistency, and doing what you say to do and being the person that you say to be, answering the difficult questions without becoming defensive. Oh my God, let's read that again. Be the person you say you'd be, and answering difficult questions without becoming defensive. That, my friend, is hard. And because the moment you want to defend yourself, we're wired to defend ourselves. But when you're in this situation, that's the number one thing you can't do, because you cheated and you're trying to show that you're a different person. Defending it is just like, oh, he doesn't care about my feelings. He doesn't care about what I went through, my hurt, my pain. He doesn't care about this relationship. Now, okay, we're gonna switch to the person that decided to stay. You're the one who decided to stay. So you made the choice, the decision to stay and forgive, but not forget. You understand what forgiveness asks of you. And I might be wrong. I never got cheated on. I did cheat, and I'm learning from it, and I'm growing from it, and I never ever want to do that again. It was one of the worst things of my life. And so this is me reflecting and growing from this. So I could be totally wrong. This is just my understanding, all right? So I think forgiveness asks of you. It doesn't ask to forget what happened. It never asks you to pretend like it never existed. It doesn't ask you something very, I read it wrong. It doesn't ask you to forget what happened. It never asks you to pretend like it never existed. That's not forgiveness. But it asks you something very, very difficult. And that is to allow your partner the opportunity to become someone different from the person that hurt you. And that's crazy, because how, just thinking about our relationship and how it went down, she did give the opportunity for me to change. In some ways I did, but I didn't have this clear mindset. This was definitely something that I needed to work on myself, and I feel kind of rush back things into it before I could have a clear understanding. But let's read out. It allow your partner the opportunity to become someone different from the person who hurted you. With boundaries, I feel like with boundaries, obviously your trust is not there with that person. You feel hurt, so you have every right to feel hurt. My opinion, you have every right to feel hurt. You have every right to not trust them. But also if you go further in that relationship and you pursue that person, and you're that person that decided to stay, you can't make every disagreement become a betrayal, and every late text become another interrogation, if you're like kind of using like yesterday's proof that you're that yourself tomorrow can't be trusted, the relationship's gonna die. And that might, you have to hear me out. If I just end it right there, like it's just gonna like sound weird and without meaning. But you can't, like, it also, it's not against you, against the problem, your partner. It's not you against your partner against the problem. It's a wound. It's not a problem, it's a wound. And it has to be together, like you and your partner against the wound. And that the betrayal is left behind. Wounds don't happen because time passes. They don't heal because, oh, it was like 6 months ago, it was a year ago, you should forget about it. No, that wound is still gonna be there. That wound is still gonna hurt. That wound is still gonna haunt them for the rest of their lives. And that's okay. They did nothing to deserve that. So why should they feel like the wound should be all healed because of time? No, it's because of their feeling. The wound is gonna heal on their time. And but they, both of the partners, have to stop feeling the pain. So I wrote this down, and now I'm thinking about it. Like, both of your partners should stop feeling the pain and feel safe again. Like, for me, like, yes, feel. Like, I'm very, like, you should feel that pain. Like, for me, I want to feel the pain that I caused her, so I don't do that again. So I don't ever forget that pain that I caused on her ever again. Because that hurt. And so, like, yeah, I feel like you should feel safe again if you're gonna try. Obviously, there's more to our relationship than just that. But I probably shouldn't be talking about that. But that was one thing that I really didn't want to share because a lot of people are going through that, and I just wanted to share my reflection, my thoughts on it. I could be wrong, I'm in the shoes of the one that cheated, texting, flirting with another girl that was like a year and a half ago, but still, that wound is still there. I know it. I know that. And that's why I'm reflecting really heavily on it. Obviously, it's not something that can happen overnight, like I said in my reflection. But it's something that I can be the safest person that she'll ever know. There's other stuff that I did that I'll share, like, not in detail, but like concepts and how I can be better. But that was one of them. And so I just want to be open, honest, and share my reflection. But yeah, I hope like that gives a little bit more grounding, a little bit more like thought into, like, if you're someone that did cheat and your partner gives you the opportunity to become someone different that didn't hurt them. I hope that you took like something out of this video. And if it's just good to like hear like how someone did cheat and is growing and learning and reflecting on their actions and trying to be a better person one day at a time. Obviously, like I said, like trust takes a long time for someone, and it can ruin in seconds. And so, like, it just takes one day at a time. That effort, transparency, like I said, I listed all those things. But yeah, that's what I have to show today. And I do have videos coming up that I have in mind, but I want to